wasn't going to share this yet, so let me just, it's a video I'm going to share in a minute. I have 15 minutes, and I'll make sure I do it right. That's my son in front. So I'm Jason Mendelsohn. I am a survivor of HPV-related tonsil cancer. Many of you know that probably by now, but I'm really excited to share today regarding more focused on gender-neutral vaccination. And so that's really critical to me. Before I begin, I want to thank Ezra, I want to thank Chris and Dr. Walewski for allowing me to come back for the second year, and I'm hoping that we can align technology, science, as well as the human component to grow the advocacy track much larger than it even is today, because I really do believe that there's tremendous science going on, but that by combining it with the human factor, it will propel it forward much more quickly. So I'm hoping you can share that with colleagues. Let me tell you a little bit about me again and my family. Hopefully you won't get tired of it. I am 56. I've been married 29 years. My boy-girl twins are 24. My son is 18. He spoke, this is him in the front row, he's videotaping me, and he spoke 2 days ago from a kid's perspective. He was 6 when I was diagnosed with, at the time, stage 4 HPV-related tonsil cancer. Many of you in the room probably already know this, but back in 2014, most people were stage 3 and 4. It wasn't until the downgrading of staging in 2017 and 18 where I would have been diagnosed as stage 1. So that's just for you to know. I have a blog on it on my website. I'm known as Superman HPV in the head and neck cancer advocacy world. I am not an arrogant jerk who thinks he's Superman. My friends called me Superman during chemo and radiation, so I adopted the name, went public, so I could impact as many people as possible, being a little edgy. And so that's where that came from. I'm just a normal person, married, I'm president of my family business. Just those of you who know, I work 50 to 70 hours a week, traveling 2 to 3 times a month all over the country for nothing to do with HPV. This is my passion. I will likely get choked up and tear up today with what I'm about to tell you. So I spoke last year in Edinburgh. My daughter Lauren was there. This year I am fortunate to have my son Adam in the front row, who is 18, but when I made videos to my 3 kids saying goodbye, he was 6, my boy-girl twins were 12. And the videos went something like this. One day you're gonna get married. I'm not gonna be there. This is what's important. And I sat on my living room couch and I made those videos over and over and over again, because if they were the last things my kids ever heard from me, I wanted them to be perfect. So he and I were out late last night until like 1:30, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. because I knew, I feel a lot of pressure, right? You know, everyone knows I, go to the bathroom twice and I get water and I do all this stuff, but it's not because I'm nervous about presenting. It's because I really do believe that if I do a good job, that I can protect other parents from ever having to make videos to their kids saying goodbye. And so I feel a lot of pressure to do a good job. It's not that I'm nervous speaking in front of people. And so I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. and I don't know, by show of hands, does anyone know the movie Sophie's Choice? If you don't know the movie, you should watch the movie. It's from 1982. It's about a woman in the Holocaust who has to make a choice which one of her kids she will save. And I woke up at 5 a.m. out of nowhere. I never think about this movie ever. And I thought, well, this is the perfect time I should mention it, because gender-neutral vaccination, you don't have to choose. You can actually protect your sons and daughters, all children, your grandchildren, 9 and older, from HPV preventable cancers. And I'm like, well, I've never shared that before, ever. So what else haven't I shared before? And so I started going through what would maybe be interesting to you. And so let me tell you quickly, I was back in 2014, I was 44, my twins were, like I told you, 12, my son was 6, I was working 50 to 70 hours a week, and I found a bump on my neck that appeared out of nowhere. A few weeks later, I found out I had HPV-related tonsil cancer, something I'd literally never heard of. I ended up having a radical tonsillectomy, neck dissection, 42 lymph nodes removed from my neck, followed by 7 weeks of chemo, radiation, and a feeding tube. I had third-degree burns and open sores in my mouth and throat for around 6 weeks. I was gagging and choking 50 to 70 times a day. My saliva was so thick I couldn't swallow it. I would go to sleep at night and I would wake up like someone was choking me because the saliva was so thick it covered my airway. I was in bed 18 hours a day for a month. For those of you who know the show Lost, I watched 7 years of Lost in 2.5 weeks. I was in bed all the time. I couldn't stand in the shower. And so when I think of gender-neutral vaccination, is it important? Well, if you want to protect your sons and your daughters from preventable cancer, yes, it's important. If you don't want them to go through that. And so I'm going to intertwine someone else's story with my story. Am I okay time-wise? 5 minutes left? 6 minutes left? Why is gender-neutral vaccination important? One, you're protecting families like mine, like my sons, excuse me. But I'm also dealing with a patient right now who literally had my same diagnosis. We celebrated a year later. He was my closest relationship in every survivor I've dealt with all over the world. And then it came back to his lungs. And he had radiation to the lungs, and he beat that. And I was so excited. And then it came back to his brain. And now he's had a craniotomy, full brain radiation, and gamma knife twice. And every day I text him and I tell him he's gonna be okay. And I bring this up to you not to make you cry or be sad or anything like that, but the people in this room, if you're on the science side, you need to keep doing the work you're doing because you're protecting families like mine, families like Billy's, who literally is not sure he's gonna live. And I get texts that say things like, I think we're giving up. And that means giving up for living, right? Like, I'm fortunate to be here in Bangkok, staying out till 1 in the morning with my son at a rooftop bar, going to Thai boxing tonight because I want to fit everything in this week. And there's other people that aren't so lucky. And so I share all that with you not to make you cry. I hope that's okay. I know it's uplifting and positive, but the positive thing is there's people like me, and if you don't like me, there are other people in this world, all over the world, survivors that can align with the science to propel this forward, to end up with a world free of HPV preventable cancers. And so I think really my main purpose today, am I okay time-wise, is to share my story, but I want to show you 2 things. Can you show the picture? Can you show the picture first? So I know I still like this. So this is Adam. In 2014, when I was laying in bed, I had hair back then, by the way. My hair has nothing to do with chemo. It has to do with me shaving my head during COVID and thinking it looked good. So this is me. But that was me. And my son, every day, my wife was a hero. My wife's job was to make sure that my 3 kids didn't worry that their dad was dying in the back room. And so she kept my kids' life normal. And it's very difficult as a caregiver because you have to be happy and positive around the person going through cancer. And you have to be strong for the kids. And there's no place for them to go. And so I serve on the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance board. We deal with cancer patients, survivors, and caregivers, and we serve people in that capacity. But I will tell you, my son every day came in, and I was hoping I wasn't gagging and choking while he was putting his head on my chest. And so back to gender-neutral vaccination. If we have this, we can protect men, obviously women, because we talk a lot about cervical cancer here, but we can also protect boys from HPV preventable cancers. If you can show the video now. This, what you're about to see, is something I'm doing with AI and holographic technology with the University of Central Florida. Purpose being that we can even propel gender-neutral vaccination even more quickly using this type of technology. Do I have to do it or you do it? Go ahead. Thank you.
I am 51 years old. I am a survivor of stage 4 HPV-related tonsil cancer. I'm sharing my story because I really want people to understand the importance of the HPV vaccine. ฉันอายุ 51 ปี ฉันเป็นผู้รอดชีวิตจากมะเร็งต่อมทอนซิลระยะที่ 4 ที่เกิดจากเชื้อ HPV ฉันมาเล่าเรื่องราวของตัวเองเพราะอยากให้ทุกคนเข้าใจถึงความสำคัญของวัคซีน HPV จริงๆ私は51歳です。私は HPV 関連のステージ4の扁桃がんを克服したサバイバーです。私が自分の体験を共有するのは HPV ワクチンの重要性を多くの人に理解してほしいと心から思っているからです。
So I share that with you. Thank Thank you. I really give that credit to Barry Hoffman from the University of Central Florida, but I'm just the guy that was the voice, but I'm excited about it because this is why I'm excited. We have the One Less Worry campaign worldwide. We have gender neutral vaccination, which we want to have worldwide, just not in certain countries, right? Because unless you disagree with me, which I'm sure you don't, boys and girls located all over the world are equally as important. They're not less important because they're from one country versus another. So why can't everyone be protected from HPV preventable cancers if we have a vaccine that actually protects people from HPV preventable cancers? So, and that's it. So I want to say thank you so much for having me. And,